Hello, wonderful people, and a huge, warm welcome to each and every one of you watching today. Wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is there, I'm truly grateful you've chosen to spend a little bit of your day here with me. Before we jump into this beautiful and festive topic, I want to take a sincere moment to send my very best wishes out to you and your family. In a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming, our health and happiness are the greatest gifts we can have. So, from the bottom of my heart, I genuinely hope you are feeling strong, are in good spirits, and are surrounded by wellness. May your days be filled with joy and your heart with peace. Now, let's cozy up and talk about a country that has mastered the art of celebration and holds the magnificent title of having the longest Christmas season on our entire planet. In the Philippines, Christmas is not merely a single day on the calendar. It is a profound, all-encompassing, and deeply felt season that stretches for an astonishingly long period, a heartfelt phenomenon that truly begins as early as the first hint of the BER months and doesn't fully conclude until the Feast of the Epiphany in early January. For many around the world, the Christmas spirit might kick in after Thanksgiving or perhaps with the first playing of a beloved carol on the radio, but in the Philippines, the transformation is palpable the very moment the calendar page turns from August to September. As soon as the date reads September 1st, you can step outside and feel a subtle but distinct shift in the air. It's as if the entire nation collectively decides to embrace a spirit of joy, anticipation, and generosity. The unmistakable sounds of Christmas carols begin to float from radio stations, shopping malls, and even neighborhood homes. Not just any carols, but the unique and timeless traditional ones that every Filipino knows by heart. The most famous of these is undoubtedly Christmas in Our Hearts, a song performed by Jose Marichan that has become the unofficial anthem of the season. Its melodies so ingrained in the national consciousness that its opening notes are synonymous with the start of the festivities. This is the beginning of a nearly 4-month-long celebration, a testament to the country's deep Catholic faith, its love for family, and its incredible capacity for joy and resilience. To understand why the Christmas season is so long and so deeply cherished, we have to look at the history and the cultural fabric of the Philippines. The Philippines is a predominantly Catholic country, with over 80% of the population identifying as Roman Catholic, a legacy of over 300 years of Spanish colonial rule. The Spanish missionaries who arrived in the 16th century brought with them not just their religion, but also the traditions and calendars that governed its practice. Christmas, being the celebration of the birth of Jesus Christ, was the centerpiece of the liturgical year. The Filipinos, with their naturally festive and communal spirit, didn't just adopt these traditions, they embraced them, absorbed them, and infused them with their own unique local flavor, creating a celebration that is distinctly Filipino. This long duration is a reflection of the liturgical calendar itself, which technically begins with the season of Advent, a period of waiting and preparation 4 Sundays before Christmas Day. But the Filipino people, in their characteristic warmth, have extended this period of joyful anticipation even further, making it a marathon of happiness, faith, and togetherness rather than a short sprint. One of the most iconic and beloved symbols of a Filipino Christmas is the parol. A parol is a traditional Filipino Christmas lantern, typically crafted from bamboo and Japanese paper, though modern versions now use kaypie shells, plastic, glass, and even flashing lights. Its design is most commonly a 5-pointed star, representing the Star of Bethlehem that guided the 3 wise men to the manger where Jesus was born. The crafting and displaying of paroles is a cherished tradition passed down through generations. In the early evenings, as the tropical sun sets, these beautiful lanterns are illuminated in front of homes, along streets and in public parks, casting a warm, colorful, and magical glow over towns and cities. The sight of a street where every single house has its own uniquely designed parole shining brightly is a truly breathtaking experience. The parole is more than just a decoration. It is a symbol of hope, guidance, and the shared light of faith that unites communities during the Christmas season. Competitions are held for the most beautiful and creative parole, and giant, spectacular versions are displayed in major plazas, becoming destinations for families to visit and admire. The music of the season is another powerful force that defines the long Christmas period. As mentioned, the airwaves are dominated by Christmas songs starting in September. But it's not just about listening, it's about participation. Caroling is a huge part of the tradition. Groups of children, teenagers, and even adults will go from house to house in their neighborhoods, singing classic Filipino and international Christmas carols. They often bring simple instruments like guitars or makeshift percussion to accompany their singing. This isn't just for fun, it's also a way to earn a little extra money or treats for the holidays. The practice, known as pangangaroling, is a beloved custom, and homeowners are expected to give a few coins or some sweets to the carolers in appreciation. The sound of these carolers singing under the starlit sky, often in the warm night air, is one of the most endearing and nostalgic sounds of a Filipino Christmas. It represents community, shared joy, and the simple, heartfelt ways people connect with one another. Of course, a celebration of this length and magnitude would not be complete without an emphasis on food. Filipino Christmas food is a feast for the senses, and the preparation is a central part of the entire season. The centerpiece of the Christmas Eve feast, known as Noche Buena, is a lavish spread that families enjoy together after attending the late-night Massachusetts. The table is laden with special dishes that are often reserved only for this time of year. There is queso de bola, a ball of Edam cheese covered in red wax that is sliced and enjoyed. There is hamon, a sweet, glazed Christmas ham that is a universal favorite. But perhaps the most iconic of all is lechon, a whole suckling pig that is roasted over charcoal for hours until its skin is crackling crispy and its meat is impossibly tender and flavorful. Lechon is the ultimate symbol of festivity and generosity, a dish that signifies a truly special occasion. Alongside these are sweet treats like bibingka and puto bumbong. Bibingka is a rice cake made with rice flour, coconut milk, and water, baked in a clay pot lined with banana leaves, and traditionally topped with salted duck egg, cheese, and grated coconut. Puto bumbong is a purple steamed rice cake that gets its color from pirurutong rice, cooked in a special bamboo steamer, and then slathered with butter, sprinkled with sugar, and topped with grated coconut. These treats are so associated with Christmas that makeshift stalls selling them, often accompanied by hot ginger tea, pop up everywhere outside churches during the season. The preparation and sharing of this food are acts of love, and the Noche Buena is more than a meal. It is a sacred family ritual, a time for generations to gather, share stories, and give thanks for their blessings together. The spiritual heart of the long Christmas season is found in the church, through a tradition known as Simbang Gabi, which translates to Night Massachusetts. However, these masses are actually celebrated in the very early morning before dawn. This 9-day series of novena masses begins on December 16th and concludes on December 24th, Christmas Eve. Devotees wake up in the deep, dark hours of the morning, as early as 3 or 4 o'clock, to attend this mass and fulfill their sacred vow. The atmosphere outside the church before dawn is vibrant, with vendors selling hot bibingka, puto bumbong, and salabat, which is a warm ginger tea, to the churchgoers. The interior of the church is filled to the brim with people, all participating in the beautiful, solemn liturgy. The belief holds that if a person completes all 9 masses, their wish will be granted. This tradition is a powerful display of faith and devotion, a spiritual preparation for the coming of Christ that bonds entire communities together in a shared act of sacrifice and belief. The sight of thousands of people walking to church under the stars is a moving and unforgettable testament to the depth of the country's faith. The culmination of all this build-up is, of course, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. On the 24th, the energy is electric. Families are busy with last-minute preparations, cooking the Noche Buena feast and wrapping presents. The evening is spent at the final Simbang Gabi Mass, followed by the grand family meal at midnight. Gifts are exchanged, laughter fills the air, and homes are full of love and reunion. Christmas Day itself is a more relaxed affair, often spent visiting other relatives, continuing the feasting, and enjoying the company of loved ones. But unlike in many Western countries where Christmas ends on December 26th, the celebration in the Philippines continues. The spirit carries right through New Year's Eve, which is another massive celebration filled with its own customs, like making loud noise to scare away evil spirits and eating round fruits for prosperity. The season finally draws to a close with the Feast of the Three Kings, or the Epiphany, on the first Sunday of January. This day marks the arrival of the wise men in Bethlehem and is the traditional day when children receive their last gifts of the season, symbolizing the gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The length of the Filipino Christmas season is a magnificent reflection of the national character. It speaks of a people who are deeply faithful, who prioritize family above all else, and who possess an incredible ability to find joy and celebrate life despite any challenges they may face. It is a season that engages all the senses: the sight of sparkling paroles, the sound of heartfelt carols, the smell of sizzling lechon and bibingka cooking on the grill, the taste of sweet ham and cheese, and the feeling of hugs from family members. This extended period allows for a more profound and meaningful celebration, one that isn't rushed or commercialized, but is instead savored, day by day, week by week. It is a time for forgiveness, for gratitude, and for hope. For Filipinos, Christmas is truly in their hearts, and they keep it there for a wonderfully, beautifully long time, sharing its radiant light with the entire world.